that.
I saw President Obama yesterday, and he made a joke about being unpopular. And it's quite interesting, because I was talking to David Axelrod last night, and I was saying to him, in many ways, Obama's a thoroughly decent guy. You know, he looks the part, he's young, he's dynamic, he's fit, he's a good speaker, he's a great figurehead for America around the world, he's popular abroad. Lots of ticks in the box for him, and yet he gets an incredible amount of vitriol too, and I can't help but think it must get to him as well. It's the nature of the modern beast, isn't it, with the internet, everything else that goes on? Well,
I think he's had to be Barack Obama his whole life, so by now he's probably got a pretty thick skin, I would think. But it is odd the way our level of politics, of where the demonization of your opponent. I would never question a Republican whether or not they loved America or whether they were patriotic or whatever. I would assume that they love this country, and I assume that what they're doing is what they believe is best for the country. But when they throw this back, it is a little like, wow, don't you understand that I'm an American too? We're all in the same boat. You know, we're going to sink or swim together. So.
Well, talking of that, Obama made a very passionate speech today. Let's play a little part of this and discuss it afterwards.
Now, this kind of inequality, a level that we haven't seen since the Great Depression, hurts us all. When middle-class families can no longer afford to buy the goods and services that businesses are selling, when people are slipping out of the middle class, it drags down the entire economy, from top to bottom.
What did you make of the speech?
I think that this is the Obama that I voted for, and I think the majority of people that voted for him voted for this Obama. That today he referenced Franklin Roosevelt, and that we have to get out of this mentality we've been in for the last 30 years, as he said, where it's the sort of you're on your own economy. That's the philosophy of the other side. You're on your own. Good luck. You know, I got mine, you get yours. Don't come to me. And that kind of thinking, that's not what's going to pull us through. You know, you come from a country, in much of Europe, most other Western democracies have the concept of we. That we are all in this together. We are all Brits. And even conservatives, like in your country, believe that every Brit should be able to see a doctor if they get sick and not have to worry about whether or not they can pay for it. That's just a basic common thing, no matter what your politics are in Britain. And here, I mean, you've been here. I guess I'd ask you the question, what is it about us?
Well, I'm not sure I agree with that basic tenet of what you're saying, because I believe that Americans instinctively are incredibly patriotic. There is a we are together as an overview. The problem comes at lower levels, I think, and it comes from the administrations, consecutive administrations, not making it clear to the individual in America what their own responsibilities are and what the governments are to them, I think. There's no clarity of it.
When you say we're patriotic, that we're all together, we're all Americans, when you hear that, though...
Let me give an example.
What are you referencing?
Of where I think you're wrong about the comparison.
Invading another country?
No, here's an example. You know, I remember doing talent shows, for example, and we used to have celebrity guests. If the Prime Minister of Great Britain had walked out as a guest in the audience to one of those shows, biggest show in Britain, half the audience would have booed him.
Yes.
In America, that wouldn't happen.
Right.
There would be a respect for the president, for the office of the presidency, and that would be
Until
born.
now.
I'm not even sure. I don't think
his
Obama would get booed.
His wife can't even go to NASCAR, to a NASCAR event. Michelle Obama shows up, and they boo her.
So you think it is turning now?
Oh, I think with his election in particular, I think that the vitriol toward him, simply because he's him, and toward his wife, because why? She wants people to eat vegetables and take better care of themselves. That's her big crime. No. You know, I've been on Question Time on the BBC, and you're right. A politician comes on there, and the audience, man, they're not afraid to. They let him have it. But you know what? What they don't do is they don't demonize. They don't make it personal. When they